Rising, and I feel really silly doing this talking to a camera, but I decided to do a video blog to talk about the season finale of Mad Men because it'll take me just a few minutes to do a video blog, and it'll take me forever to try and type all of my thoughts out. It was a really dense episode. I think I'm really still processing a lot of it, and I'll probably watch it a few more times and get a lot more out of it. But I really wanted to just get my initial thoughts out because it was really good. Probably one of the better episodes to date. Not necessarily in a good way. It gave me a lot of mixed feelings. It wasn't a happy or exciting episode per se, but it was really good and a lot did happen. Obviously, one of the most important moments, as with a lot of Mad Men episodes, was the pitch that Dawn did to Hershey's. So the only thing that bothered me a little about this was that there's been no leading up to him having any personal connection really with Hershey's. So I wasn't surprised when the pitch started out with him telling this cute, adorable, totally untrue story about a kid and his dad and mowing the lawn and then getting a Hershey bar. Totally a lie, not anything close to Don Draper's, Dick Whitman's real childhood. So then at the end, or near the middle of that story that he's telling, he says about the Hershey bar, the wrapper looked like what was inside. And something about the phrasing of that, it just seemed like a quintessential Dawn statement, and it seemed important to me, and I think it is. Because later on, he just can't sit with that lie. He has to tell them the truth, and I don't know if it's because he was sober for too long and then he had a drink before the meeting, or what really caused him to do that. But for whatever reason, he decided to tell them a little bit of the truth about the real Don Draper, and he told them that he grew up in a whorehouse. He told them that one of the prostitutes would give him a Hershey bar, and that's his real connection to Hershey's. Obviously, they were shocked, and his partners were shocked, and it seemed really like a pivotal moment for him. I feel like he's made a vow, maybe, to tell the truth a little bit more. I don't know if he'll stick to it, because I think he's done things like this in the past, trying to change his life. Actually, the whole thing really took me back to the final episode of season 2, Meditations in an Emergency, because his confession there reminded me a lot of Peggy's confession to Pete, where she just can't sit with that lie anymore, and she just tells him, I had your baby and I gave him away. And that changed her relationship with Pete forever. In a good way, I think. It was never romantic between the two of them after that, and she told him right after he had confessed his love for her. So it changed everything about Pete and Peggy. And who knows what this confession will do for Dawn, if it's really a new leaf, or if it was another stupid thing he did when he shouldn't have been drinking. I don't know. But it seemed important when he said that about the wrapper didn't look like what was inside, or the wrapper looked like what was inside, and then when he started kind of unwrapping himself a little bit, he was telling the truth. I think that's what was so shocking to the people in the room, because that wrapper does not look like what's inside. Don Draper, the ad man, doesn't look like a kid who grew up in a whorehouse. And I thought that that was also what Sally was seeing when Dawn took them to the whorehouse and he said, this is where I grew up. And Sally looks at him, and I think what she's seeing is, wow, I really don't know anything about this man. And I'm really excited for next season now. It's going to be a long wait for season 7. It's going to be exciting to see if Dawn really can tell the truth about things. Obviously it's going to change things, and obviously the fact that he's on a break is going to change things. He's on a break from work. They basically suspended him just like Sally's been suspended from school. So we'll see what happens, but a lot of it really went back to season 2 for me. The reason that Peggy told Pete the truth was because Father Gill told her, aren't you worried that you're going to go to hell? You have this secret and you could die and you could go to hell. And so she confesses to Pete. And Dawn had some religious men talking to him in this episode as well. He had, in the bar, a religious man approached him and told him that he could go to hell. And then he had a flashback of a man at the whorehouse who told him the greatest sin is believing that you can't be forgiven. And that really speaks volumes to, I think, how Dawn feels that his wrapper doesn't match what's inside. I think Dawn feels like no matter what he does, he's bad. And there were also some pretty interesting themes about alcoholism, which is interesting because, excuse me, I think that in that same episode, the Meditations in an Emergency from season 2, I think had a lot to do with Duck, as he was developing a drinking problem, and now Dawn is in, not so different shoes. His drinking problem has earned him a ticket out of the agency, and who was in that elevator? Duck. So, again, I have to rewatch it. I'm so excited for season 7, and it's going to take forever to get here. But it was a great episode. Really great. Can't wait to rewatch it. And as long as I don't look too ridiculous on camera, maybe I'll do another video blog sometime.